Hi, my name is Brett Lesperance with Tribe Title Company, and today I have with me Jen Petersen and Lisa Armor of Red Door Realty Group. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Oh, super happy to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, real easy, we're just going to kind of go through a bunch of different stuff, just kind of getting to know you guys. That's the whole idea of these podcasts, is to give you guys a chance to have, you know, some more content where people get to know a little bit about you yourself outside of real estate. So Jen, you own Red Door Realty Group. How long have you had that?
I've been a licensed agent since 2012, active full-time since 2015, but Red Door is 2 years old. We're 2 years old.
Oh, okay. Not that old then.
So we're a toddler?
Okay. That's cool. Well, it seems big and it seems like a very active group, so I thought it was much older than that, but that's awesome.
That's the cool part about it, is in just such a short period of time, aligning with RKW Living Brokerage and our team of great agents. I think we've just been able to experience rapid growth and great success in a short period of time. So it's all about who you're aligned with.
Right. That's great. And Lisa, how long have you been doing real estate now?
I have had my real estate license for 23 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mostly new construction. I have done, different things with builders. I've done sales, selections, purchasing, customer service. Now I'm doing the resale side of things, also doing new construction.
Very cool. How long have you been with Red Door?
2 years.
Oh, wow. So from the beginning.
Almost.
Yeah, pretty much from the beginning. As far as new construction for our team, she was right from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. And now I know you were just, was it top agent of the month? Is that correct?
Top team agent, yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Is that the first time you've done that?
I don't think so.
I don't think
so either.
I
don't think so.
No, I'm fortunate because with the new construction, I do a lot of multifamily. So if I have one unit close, I have 12 units closed usually in a month. So, yeah.
Okay.
We were just laughing yesterday because when our point report came out, we hadn't even put in one entire building that we had of new listings. So we were, top listing team, and that excluded one building that we hadn't even put in, which was 12 units. So kind of funny, actually.
That's awesome.
It's exciting.
Yeah, no question.
And now the building, so you say 12-unit building. What is that? Is that condos?
Condos.
It is. We have condos in Heartland. It's called Hunter's Ridge. And we have both 12-unit and 6-unit buildings there. 12-unit, we're closing our last one this month.
That's great.
And we have a new phase coming.
We do. Soon.
Actually, we're going to be switching to 5-plex instead of 6-plex. But how many additional units will we have in that phase? We've got quite a bit coming up.
We'll have a total, my math is a little slow this morning, we'll have a total of 189 units, and we have 94 in our first phase. So the remainder will be the second phase. We just have to get the roads in.
Okay. So 190 in total, counting the first phase.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll have just shy of 100 new units to sell in our next phase.
So you're almost doubling it.
Yes. Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yep. And we are likely going to be representing our builder, if all things align, in a new community here in Brighton coming too. Yeah.
Okay.
And what did he say yesterday, or the day that we talked a couple days ago, that we've got, I think he said 10 buildings. So they're duplexes. So that's 20 units, but the total community is 100 and...
It's big. I don't remember the exact number, but it's big.
That's cool. And now the duplexes, are they going to sell individual, or can somebody buy it as a duplex and own one side, rent one side?
Individual. Each unit will be individual.
So like a townhouse type of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we think they're going to be ranches, and then ranch with a loft option, so you have a third bedroom upstairs. They're still tweaking, the final plans on that.
Okay. Now, a lot of people probably don't know about this. So do you think do these builders do that? I know there's different restrictions and things on what you can build on land. Do they do that? Is that one of the ways they kind of get around being able to do a bunch of individual homes, is by doing condos or doing townhouses?
I'm going to let Lisa answer that question.
So this builder does a lot of different things. They do condos, they do apartments, and they do single family. We actually represent the builder in Wixom too at a single family community. We have a total of 60 homes there, and we have 13 left to sell.
Oh, wow.
So they just do different things. One thing that builders do to be able to develop faster is they classify new homes as site condos instead of homes. And that helps with the development timeline.
That's kind of a benefit to a buyer too, isn't it? Because as a site condo, do they still do all the exterior maintenance?
They don't.
They don't.
You own the property, you're responsible for it, but it's just a different classification.
Okay.
Something to do with the township, like you said, and how they're able to get the project, up and running quicker, I think is how
and
that
through
works.
the state too. It's just a lot of different red tape that they don't have to go through if it's a site condo.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you guys get into leasing as well? I know you said they do apartment buildings. Do you guys handle the leasing of that, or?
Our team doesn't handle lease. We just do sales only.
Okay. And then that apartment, does the builder maintain that and rent it, or do they actually sell that as a?
They maintain it and rent it.
That's incredible.
So we actually just sold out a community for the builder in Canton that was condos, and now they're working on a new apartment community over there. But we won't be involved in that. But they've been around for how long? They've been around for 50 years.
Oh, wow.
East Side Builders. So we were fortunate enough to establish a relationship with them years back. And when they were expanding a business out here in our area, we were a perfect fit for them. So it's really been a great partnership, I would say, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's great. So now that relationship, was that obviously prior to you guys listing their stuff? Did you have a feeling they were going to come out this way, or was it just a relationship you built?
Funny enough, I actually used to live in one of the communities that we work with them now.
Okay.
The time, so back when I was there was 2006, 2007, when I purchased, my husband and I purchased a condo, and that builder went out of business, the original builder that built that community. And our builder, which is MGC Companies, they had purchased the remaining land, and they sat on the land for quite some time, I think, just trying to gauge what was happening with the market.
Yeah.
Our builder, the original builder that built that community, had left the community in quite a bit of debt.
Yeah.
And so the neighbors, we formed a rogue board, and we went and negotiated, got down quite a bit of that debt. And during that time, I had established a relationship with the builder that ultimately bought the land. So it was about a period of 5 years of just constant communication with them, and in my head saying, okay, when they start building these things, nobody knows this community better, having lived in the community. And at the time then, as an agent, having sold a fair amount of the homes in that community, it was really a perfect fit. And I thought that we were going to interview for the opportunity. And it was funny, but apparently they had me slated for the opportunity almost from the get-go. And I really wasn't completely aware of that.
Yeah.
So we went into this meeting, and I'm thinking I'm trying to, sell myself in the team. And it was basically, it was already done, decided with them. And so it was perfect. But then I had a moment of, oh my gosh, I've sold a lot of houses, but I haven't done new construction yet. And Lisa dropped out of the heavens and aligned with Red Door. And it was just, it was perfect timing, because she really has the experience. We both have different skill sets, and as far as that partnership between the two of us for the new construction, it's just been fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. That was my next question I was going to ask, is how did you guys come together?
So I came into Keller Williams one day just to talk to Aaron and see what everything was about. I signed the paperwork before I left the office that day, because
not intending to sign that day, by the way. That just goes to speak about how awesome Aaron is.
Right.
I was just, fact finding. And then Aaron sent out an email saying that I was joining and I wanted to join a team. I knew right away I did not want to be an individual agent. Yeah. And she said I had new construction experience, and immediately Jen reached out and said, we need to meet. And we did, and that was that.
Yep.
That's
it was.
Really cool.
I mean, it was. It could not have been better timing, and there's not a better person that could be in the position to help Red Door grow our new construction.
Yeah.
So
that is a perfect fit, because I thought you guys knew each other outside of
No,
real estate
we've
prior.
established a fantastic friendship. Our kids are, our daughters are now best friends. Kind of knew each other beforehand, actually, before we met. Our kids had known each other.
Her message to me was, "Are you Lexi's mom?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Okay, we need to meet." And then we met and talked new construction and everything else. And it was just a no-brainer.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect fit.
But of course, my intention, well, first of all, was not to sign the paperwork. And then when I signed the paperwork, it was only to do resale. And I signed the paperwork that day, got right back into new construction. So nothing happened as planned, but it's absolutely perfect.
Right. Yeah. That's really cool.
And we both, our kids are in the Heartland community, school district anyway, and we both live in the community. And that was where our first project with the builder is in Heartland. So we just, we know that area so well, and it was perfect because it's 5 minutes from where you are and 10 minutes from where I am.
Right.
So
that's great. Now, do you prefer resale? As I know you said you were trying to get into resale. Is that what you preferred or thought you would prefer?
I wanted something different. Yeah. And I didn't necessarily want to be sitting in a model home every day. I just wanted to do something different. But I really, truly have the best of both worlds right now because I can do resale and new construction. And when you work directly for a builder, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
You only can sell, their project that you're in. So I have the best of both worlds right now.
We're a little bit of a unicorn, really, because for new construction, it's not typical to have a team representing the communities. Usually the builder will have a salesperson that is, with the builder. And like Lisa said, they're specifically only selling units in those communities. So for us, and I think the builder is just, been pleased with how things have been working. But for us, it's been great because we are then able to represent our buyers if they have a home to sell.
Yeah.
And so I'm surprised that more builders don't have the kind of model that we've established with them, which actually we're looking to expand some of those partnerships. But it's great because we can coordinate the timing of everything.
Yeah.
So if they're selling their house, we can make sure that they're not moving twice. And, so it's really, it's a great way to do the new construction business.
Yeah, it's kind of a seamless transaction. You can figure out the timing of selling that house, getting into the new one, communication with the builder. You're going to know when it's going to be complete. That's what I was going to ask you. Is it a benefit to the builder to have that? Because I'm guessing too, it's got to be beneficial to them to not carry that full-time employee that's technically not theirs anymore.
I mean, I'd like to say we're a benefit to the builder. I think so. I mean, don't you? I really do. I think they're really happy. And it is, they've been having new opportunities. It seems that we've been getting those, those phone calls to be a part of those opportunities. So something is working and they're happy with it. And we're certainly happy with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it has to make sense to them bottom line to continue to do it.
Exactly. And for us, really, our new construction is about 30% of our business. So it's a good, big, valuable portion of the business that we do.
Right.
So we want to do everything that we can to continue to make sure that relationship is super strong. Yeah.
Is that something you see for the future? Because obviously there's a housing shortage. So I would have to assume that building is going to be a big thing moving forward in the next, 2, 3, 5 years.
I definitely think so. I mean, I think right now it's a little interesting because material costs have gone up. So, but things are starting to stabilize a little bit from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And the builders, at least our builder, they're putting more spec homes up. So people are not having to wait a year to build.
Right.
Which I think that's one of the big things with new construction right now is just the timing of it and waiting for it.
Yeah.
And there have been some delays. Labor is an issue as, we've still kind of in this COVID environment.
Right.
But I also think that when the market was really crazy on the resale side and buyers were getting tired of putting in 10 offers and losing out to multiple offer situations, it was fantastic for us in new construction because people were just kind of throwing in the towel on trying to buy resale and turn, coming over to buy new construction. So that I think has helped with, I think the resale market and the crazy pricing has helped with new construction. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And then I don't know if you guys have any experience with this. I've heard this and I don't know if it's true or not. In other states, and I don't think it's Michigan, but other states, people would go to buy a new build home. They'd sit with the builder, they'd pick it out, like in a subdivision, obviously. Mm-hmm. Pick it out, they'd start building it. They wouldn't actually close till the house was done. And they were having situations where then buyers would come in and offer this builder like $100,000 more than they had sold it for. And they would buy it right out from under these people that had been waiting for, 6-7 months for a home.
Shady builders.
For sure.
That is not, I mean, you could speak to that when our buyers are under contract and.
So with our builder, once you're under contract, your pricing is locked in.
Okay.
That includes options and everything. They're not going to come back to you and raise your price. But I know some builders do. If materials go up, they have a clause in their contract saying that they could raise the price.
Yeah.
When I'm saying shady, I'm saying shady in that to go ahead and sell the house underneath, pull it out from somebody. I mean, I can't imagine there'd have to be some sort of lawsuits if they're under a contract. I would imagine, but we have the builder has different ways where you can do construction loan. You can you don't necessarily have to wait until completion to pay for the property.
And that applies to the new homes, the single family homes. The condos you can't do a construction loan on. But yeah, it's a really big benefit to people right now to do a construction loan because they can lock in their interest rate.
Right.
And they're not worried about the fluctuations in the market. They're locking in today, and then just they'll get the keys when the home's done, but they've closed now. Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask, because that's got to be scary too in an environment when rates are going up, to be sitting there and waiting 6-7 months hoping that they don't continue to rise. It's nice to be locked in at that.
Right. Well, and that's something that I think we strongly encourage, especially in a market right now where we've got some volatility.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too, because people even right now with homes halfway completed, they're converting to construction loans in the middle of the process to lock in today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And now, I guess this is a question to both of you, but Jen, that has to be a huge value having somebody like Lisa. I'm guessing there's a lot of different intricacies that go into new builds and representing a sub that a lot of just resale realtors wouldn't have that type of experience.
No question. I mean, so Lisa, first of all, she has so many years of experience, but aside from that, when she's in the community, she's that person that's there on a daily basis that knows everything that's going on. So we have update meetings with our superintendent. So she's the one that has all the answers all the time.
Right.
When people come in, whether it's a homeowner that their project is under construction, or it's somebody new that's doing a drive-by, they can pop in and we know that we have somebody there that is knowledgeable on all things new construction. So an asset, absolutely. Lisa's,
That's what I was assuming, because I'm thinking that's got to be a big part of it, that most realtors aren't comfortable with that. If you're actually dealing with the superintendents and the people that are actually out on the job site, once in a while, you probably have your finger on exactly what's going on and how long out they are.
Oh, I love it. I go out on site as much as possible. I meet with all of my superintendents at least once a week, talk to them probably every day. I love doing the selections process. I know when we took over the community in Wixom, I walked downstairs and saw the selections room, which was a lot of choices, and I was so excited. And Jen had this poor deer in the headlights.
It was just so overwhelming. You know, our condos, we've got this many selections, and then on the single-family residential, it's the options are endless.
Right.
So, I don't know that I have the patience or the eye. So that's the other thing is when you have somebody like Lisa that has had so much experience with it, when it comes down to people making these big decisions that they get completely overwhelmed with, she can say, hey, that's pretty, think about resale. Maybe you don't want this brown, and so she's an asset to the buyer as well, because she can guide them on the selection process.
Right.
So sometimes I like to think I know what looks good together, but not my.
Probably a benefit also on if somebody's coming in to buy new and they have a house to sell, probably even helpful when you go and look at their home as far as just minor changes you could make to help it sell faster, I would imagine.
Absolutely, but that's where Jen and I work very well together, because I always bring her in if we're doing a resale, because she has much more experience in that side of things than I do. So we work together on that.
Right.
Tag team. 4 eyes are better than 2. I say that a lot. We do that a lot with our team in general. new construction, and then our resale. Most of the agents on the team, especially new agents on the team, I like to come with them and shadow them on appointments, or have them on new agents on shadow me on my appointments.
Yeah.
And again, you can kind of bounce things off of each other. That's what's so great about the team environment, is that you're not going in by yourself. You've got somebody behind you, and maybe they might have a suggestion on something that we can tell the seller, hey, we can do this. It might help with the resale. Might not even be something that's going to cost money.
Right.
So that's nice to be able to have, four eyes.
Yeah, for sure. Now, how big is your team?
We're 12 now. Are we 12? Yeah, we're a team of 12. We have, in our new construction, we have two. We have a third that's just joining us. We'll be starting in September, and then the rest of the team is resale. We have somebody full time for listing and marketing. Courtney in the office, and then we have a new team administrator, Kaylee, who's just come on, and then everybody else is agents on the team.
That's awesome. And you've been able to grow pretty organically, right? I mean, it seems like you guys have grown just through people or people you meet.
I've never been actively out there trying to grow the team. I think I've always been trying to perfect our systems and models, and people have been more or less coming to us.
Right.
We don't want to be the biggest team out there. I think we want to be a smaller team of really excellent agents.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. And one of the things I didn't mention is just even the brand of Red Door. The concept when that started, it was to have a brand that anybody that comes on that comes onto our team can stand behind the brand and feel that it's their own brand as well.
Yeah.
So we're not the Petersen team or the Jen Petersen group. We're Red Door, and so that brand is Lisa's brand. It's it's everybody's brand on the team, and I think it's been a pretty cool concept. I think the agents that are coming on the team can really get behind that, because it's different than what you see with most teams and how they're set up from the very beginning. So
yeah, no, I think it's very cool, and it seems like you guys have a lot of fun. Like, you have a really good team as far as very diverse, but it's like you guys are always having a good time, and
we're a mixed bag of nuts.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a great crew. We like to do, fun activities. We just signed up yesterday. We've got coming up soon is the Brighton Smokin' Jazz and Barbecue, where the brokerage is pouring beer. And we did that last year as a team, and we even brought our spouses. Tons of fun.
Right.
I mean, you have to have some fun. We work so hard.
Yeah.
We've got coming up next week, we've got a team retreat where we are going to be getting together over at one of the agents on our team, Elizabeth. She's got a place on White Lake, so she's invited us all to come out, and hopefully the weather will be in our favor, and we're going to enjoy a day on the boat with the team. And so we're so lucky. I mean, we're just so lucky to have a great group of people. Yeah,
that's awesome. And I noticed too that, I mean, you guys as a team have had quite a bit of success. How do you guys, I know obviously the new construction is a big part of it. Mm-hmm. How do you guys capture a lot of resale and listings?
Well, I mean, to be honest, so when I started in the business, I was over at a different brokerage, and I aligned myself with an agent that had been in the business a really long time. And I always say, talk about Tom Rafferty, because I got my college education in real estate from Tom. He's been around for so long. So I started over at Remax with him, and when we started together as a brand new agent, I had to try and figure out how I was going to get my business. And I was lucky enough to be in a position where I could buy leads. Yeah. And I did that myself, which established quite a nice database of clients. And so we continue to do some of that buying of leads. But as you then have your database and repeat customers, we get a fair share of business from Sphere and past clients and referrals, which is fantastic. I mean, in this short period of time. Last year, we ended in the brokerage number 2 in units and volume. And every month so far this year, I think we've been number 1 in the brokerage. So whatever that magic combination of lead generation that we're doing, it seems to be really working. So
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a team meeting that we don't see Red Door on something that's going up on the overhead.
Definitely. That's what we like to, we like to be competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, we want everybody to win, right? But we certainly like seeing Red Door up on the leaderboard.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And now you said you added 2 more people to new construction. Are they new agents, or are they people that also had new construction experience?
Well, at least can talk about one of our newer hires, because you guys work together in new construction.
Yeah, I have someone assisting me right now. Her name is Lisa, and she and I worked together at a previous builder.
Okay.
So we, at our community in Wixom, we're both Lisas, and both of the superintendents are Phil. So it's not at all confusing.
Right.
So yeah, she's helping us out now with the hopes that we grow and we can give her her own community at some point. And then we just hired someone else to help us out so that I can also be a mom.
Oh, great. You got to have time to do that.
Yes, we always trying to figure out the work-life balance,
Right.
and it's not easy because work seems to be life a lot of times,
Right.
so.
Yeah, and we have 2 communities that we have to have someone in a model at least 4 days a week at one community and 6 days at the other.
Yeah.
And I can't be in both places at once. And then
Right.
I also do have active kids in sports and everything. So we've been able to add to the team to help me out.
Yeah, which is nice. I mean, that's a cool thing too, that you guys are getting out in front of it enough to start building these people now to, with the hopes of putting them in their own community.
And we're kind of at the start of a little bit of a slow-ish period for new construction. I mean, just generally speaking, real estate in general, as we're starting to come into a slowdown. So we're really plugging in to prepare for what we know is coming.
Right.
And so the timing is actually perfect. Kim is, I think you may have met Kim at the office. She is who we're bringing on. And she has a ton of experience, not real estate experience, but she has a lot of customer service experience and retail management and stuff. And she is a firecracker. She's going to be amazing. It's really important for us that the people that we're plugging in over there are, to Lisa's caliber.
Right.
So it's so important for us that we're making sure that we're getting the right people in there, and that the people that we're working with are going to be doing a great job for our builder. That's what's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I guess when they're out there, you're unsupervised. I mean, it's your show.
Yes.
Exactly. So they're representing the Red Door brand, and that's a big thing for us as far as our client first mentality. We talk about that all the time, and I think we're making some good choices with our new hires.
Yeah,
I think so. And we've worked so hard to build a really solid relationship with the builder. So we don't take it lightly when we ask someone to come help us, because they do represent us and the builder.
Yeah. And do you think you have a lot of, I'm sure you've gained a ton of knowledge as far as the houses themselves. I mean, you must really know them inside and out. It's kind of like selling a car, where if you're on one car lot selling the same car, you need to know all the features and, all the bells and whistles of it.
I love watching something go from dirt to this beautiful finished home. Even after 25 years, I've never been sick of doing that. And I just love watching it, and I get excited for everybody all the time. And I do love understanding the process.
Yeah.
At one point I had my builder's license as well, and I did let that lapse, which I kind of regret.
Right.
But I want to understand why things are happening the way they're happening, because I'm the front line. And if a buyer sees something and they question it, I want to be able to knowledgeably answer the question.
Right.
And say, this is why this is happening, or we'll take care of this, and this is when that happens. I don't want to just say, I'll find out for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. I mean, that's the worst, when you ask somebody a question and you can tell they have no idea what you're talking about.
And they make up an answer. I don't,
Right.
yeah.
I would rather say I don't know and I'll get the
Right.
answer than give the wrong answer. That's one thing that's, we've talked about. We've had a couple people in the position that, haven't been a perfect match. And we've realized that we would much rather them say, let me get that answer
Yes.
instead of, giving an incorrect timeline, for example, because people in new construction, they're so eager to get in.
Right.
And that timeline is a moving target. It's never set in stone. So you don't want to be giving misinformation, especially as it pertains to that, because people are trying to figure out where they're going to be with arranging their move and, their sale. And so we have to be very careful that we're never giving misinformation in the new construction process.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that big. I mean, it's a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of moving parts. Mm-hmm. That's scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some things you don't want to rush, when it comes to a house. Like to me, if I'm buying a house and somebody's building it, there's certain things that I don't want to rush them on. I want you to take your time and do it the right way.
Do it right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I often tell people we're doing what we can to get it done as quickly as we can, but we will not compromise quality. And we're not going to do it fast so you can get in and then have it not be good.
Yeah.
So
no, that'd be the worst. Mm-hmm. Very cool. And now, as far as your plans for the future, where do you plan on being, let's say, in 5 years?
We have big plans, don't we? I think so. Ideally, we want to expand our new construction. That's something that's very much in the timeline for us. We want to maintain the relationship that we have with our builder, having the opportunity to get into new communities that builder has. We're also looking to expand our builder partnership. So in time, I'd like to see that Lisa oversees all of the new construction, where she's not necessarily going to be the one in the models, but she's going to be the one kind of managing all the different sites. And I think our model in such a short period of time has proven to be so incredibly successful with our builder partner that as we go out to pitch this to other builders, I think we're going to be in a really good position. I think a lot of the builders aren't using this type of model and are going to be intrigued. So I see that we're going to be expanding that. As you know, the KW brokerage is moving to a new location.
Right.
We're building out a space in downtown Howell, and our team is planning on moving over to that location.
Very cool.
We do a fair amount of business in Howell, so I think being there is going to be great for the team. And it's not a secret, I think, to anybody in the brokerage, that in time I see Red Door as our own brokerage. We're gonna get to the point where we are either an expansion, a KW expansion team, where our team is still maybe under the KW umbrella in our own space, not within the brokerage space, and also, we've been eyeing some spaces. We're looking for that next step for Red Door and where that puts us. And in time, I can see us kind of ink spotting locations, nearby. And long term, I mean, I don't know, maybe Lisa wants to retire down in Florida and open a Red Door brokerage in Florida. So the sky's the limit. And I mean, here we are, 2 years. Number one team in the brokerage this year. Yeah. That's pretty, I mean, I'm blown away every day when I see what we've accomplished in a short period of time. So if we keep doing what we're doing and, kind of follow what our plans are for growth, I don't see how we can't have those things happening in 5 years. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we'll be in a different spot than we are now in 5 years.
That sounds like a really cool spot for you too. Then you'd basically be the superintendent of real estate for the new construction, and you could bounce around from site to site.
Yes, I would love to do that. That's definitely in my long-term goal. I love selling new construction, so I don't know that I ever want to not do that part too, but I would love to be a little more involved in overseeing everything and building a team. I mean, I think the sky's the limit with that. Yeah,
that's awesome. Do you think that one of your struggles is how do you grow and maintain the level of service? Like obviously you're trying to expand to other builders. Do you feel like that would be a hurdle as far as trying to figure out how to grow, but also maintain the same level of service?
Not really, because I think the most important thing that we do and will do moving forward, and again, we're always learning and growing, right? But I mean, every single day we're failing forward. It's a big KW thing, but that's just how the nature of this business is. You're trying to grow, but the key is finding the right people to bring on.
Yeah.
The people that have that same mentality as the clients first, as cheeky as it sounds to say clients first, because you would assume that every business runs that way.
Right.
Not every business does. There's a book called Clients First that I've had given out to agents on the team, so that we're looking at our clients not as a paycheck. We're looking at them for a long-term relationship. So if every agent has that same mentality, you can't help but have success and growth. I mean, it's just a natural way that everybody should be doing business that they're not. And those that are those that are going to be successful.
Yeah. Especially in today's environment. It seems like a lot of, customer service is on the down as a whole, so if you find the right people that actually take that approach, then you're right. You have no choice but to grow.
Right. Just go back to basics. This is a Garrett line. I want to be a good human. I want to be surrounded by good humans. We want to be surrounded by people everybody on the team that has that same mentality. So if we find out that an agent on the team isn't working under that guise, then they're, maybe not a perfect fit for Red Door.
Right.
Our team, and I've said this and I've done this myself, if it takes 100 houses for resale to show a client, we're showing them 100 houses.
Yeah.
We're the team that's out there pointing out things that are maybe not great about a house that will, the client will appreciate that we have given them guidance. Not all agents do that. A lot of agents open the door. They're just standing there. We are their trusted advisor. And so, that's what's important for new agents on the team too, is everybody kind of shadowing everybody to see how we do it. Cause we do it differently. We've had agents, that have said that, or not agents, we've had clients that have said that they've worked with a realtor that they're no longer working with because they didn't feel that their best interest was at heart.
Yeah.
So it's really key core to how our business model
Or if they
runs.
try to steer them into a house, because they just want to get the sale. Like, oh no, this will work, and then
no, nightmare. You do that. How do you sleep with that kind of a mentality though? I like to feel like I'm buying a house myself every time I'm out with a client. And so if it's my house in my head that I'm buying, I want to make sure that it's a good house that I'm buying. So everybody kind of is under that same mindset.
Right. That's great. Now, do you think, I kind of like what you were saying about trying to grow and expand and do all these things. And I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on the market, but a lot of people think like it's about to slow down or whatever the case is, although it's going to slow down anyway, just seasonally.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what you were saying. That's the time to grow. Because to me, that's the perfect time to get new people to train. It gives you the time to actually invest in them as opposed to waiting until you're busy and then trying to build, and it never works out.
And it's funny because I feel like, especially at the end of the year around the holiday season, I think a lot of agents think, hey, I've had a pretty good year. So now, and I've worked my tail off. So now it's time to just kick back and, enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's the opposite. That's the time when we want to be honing in our skills. We're learning every single day. I mean, every single one of us learns something every single day. So when we're slow, that's the perfect opportunity to do those things, to maybe take some additional classes, do some training, and then have that opportunity for Lisa, for instance, to be able to teach somebody new about the whole new construction process.
Right.
Whereas when you're busy, you're busy doing the work. You don't have time for that. So, and as far as what the market looks like, wish we had the crystal ball, but I think what is happening now with the interest rates is that buyers are kind of temporarily hitting the pause while they're digesting what the new normal is. And they're still out there with the need to buy. Right. They just are, okay, wait a minute, maybe I can't afford as much. And let's just hit the pause button. But no doubt that those buyers are going to be buying. I mean, we're historically low rates. So even though we weren't at the crazy low rates, but they're still good rates. So I'm not concerned. I am not concerned. And the beauty is that we've got we've got resale and new construction.
Yeah.
So it puts us in this great position to be able to kind of move with the market and, focus our efforts more on one or the other example. For example, if, we're seeing a strong surge in new construction, then we just pivot and, put additional resources into the part of the business that is succeeding the most.
No, it makes sense. It's like, if you're selling cookies and you get your cookies from somebody else and they run out of cookies, you're not going to stop selling them. You just find somebody that's making their own cookies. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
And now, Lisa, for you, is that something that you see in your future? Would you like to get to a point where you are actually doing more training and building your own team of, people that are new construction experienced?
I would love that. Yeah, I would definitely love that.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That sounds very cool. So wrapping up, how does somebody get a hold of you guys if they wanted to reach out to you to either, as a new agent want to get on Red Door, or if somebody was looking to buy new construction or to sell their home?
So our catchy contact number is 855-4 Red Door.
That's easy.
Pretty easy enough. So, And then, of course, if you just look online, Red Door Realty Group here in Livingston County, we come up all over the place. So pretty easy to find us.
Or look for the Jeep.
Or look for my Jeep, look for our truck, our moving truck. That's another thing that we have that's pretty cool. I think it sets us apart from a lot of other teams and brokerages. I mean, there's maybe one other truck out on the road, but we have we bought a brand new box truck, moving truck, Red Door. You guys actually are a sponsor for that truck, and we love to see it out on the road. We allow our clients to use it for free. They just fill it back up with gas, and I mean, it's booked. It's on the road all the time.
That's awesome.
So that's another way. See the Red Door truck, and I think it's 855-4 Red Door written all over the truck too. So you see that on the road. That's another way to give us a call.
All right. Well, thanks you guys. I appreciate you coming in and talking to me today.
Oh, we're so happy to have done so. Thank you
for having us.
You're welcome.